back. So our Seasons of the Witch Yule Oracle card is Darkest Hour. I did already pull some tarot. Today's message is for those of us who have been feeling the heaviness. Just this heavy. It's not a warning, it's just things are feeling heavy. This heaviness is, the message is that the heaviness isn't a warning, it's an invitation. And once we step into this heaviness, gently, curiously, honestly, then the light comes on, slowly. So if this resonates, then please stick around. I do have some notes here because, like I said, this is a heavy message. It's coming in as the darkest hour, number 9. It's a 9-year. Today's the 25th, which is the returning, astronomically, is essentially the returning of the sun after the solstice. The solstice is the 21st, which is the longest night of the year. Then the sun seems to stop as our planet kind of makes a turn. It looks like we stop for 3 days, and on the 25th is when we start to see the sun coming back and the light returning. Our darkest hour card, this is not just the end of a cycle, it's the moment before that rebirth, when the ego no longer distracts itself with surface happiness. Because you're asking yourself, especially during this Christmas time season, right? Giving, receiving, there's something missing. There's been something, I don't know how many of us have been feeling it, but this collective, there's been this heaviness, this weight, this pause, this stop. And so it's asking not so much what's wrong with my life, but who am I when the external roles are stripped away? It's this curious moment of, like, behind us there's this dark room with something in it and we haven't turned around yet. There's no light on in this space. We just know it's there. This card is asking us to turn around, to grab a candle, legit, just grab a candle. Magic is just that, to light slowly, to come back to it with curiosity and intention. Grab your candle, turn around, and go check it out. This is what this card is asking. And that's what's the stripping away needs to happen, is when you're no longer any of the roles or labels, when you're no longer the mother, the sister, the daughter, the aunt, the co-worker, the colleague, whatever title resonates with you. Who are you? It's an existential heaviness. It's not like a depression. It's the weight that comes when old agreements no longer fit, when old identities no longer feel true, when your old definitions of happiness somehow feel hollow. The fear is not fear of the pain. You know that this is part of life, the happy, the sad. The fear is almost like a changing of allegiance. You're changing the allegiance you have to your family roles, to identities you've given yourself, to expectations, to timelines you thought you were going to have, experiences you were intentionally signed up for, the beliefs that once made sense but no longer nourish your soul. This is why there's this dark room, this space where the darkness happens. It's not because it's dangerous, it's because it hasn't been entered consciously by you yet. We're still standing at that door. But that candle magic, like I said, this subtle little power here, it's not saying go fix it, go figure it out, go make a plan. It's saying go look. Go witness what's in this space. Go walk the path to find out what's in the middle. The candle doesn't flood the room with light. It reveals one truth at a time as you make the journey. It matters because whatever belief lives in that center, it's going to dissolve once you see it. But you got to find out why it became what it is to begin with. Why is it there? in order to understand it, to release it. Now, the tarot that came through for today helps us understand how this is going to move forward. In the beginning, it's just an awareness that the Six of Swords is all about moving away from choppy waters into a more calm state. But there's still work involved. You still have to row. And as you can see, the individual on the card is a youth. It's an early experience. It's a beginning of. The swords just represents that clarity of mind, what you were able to find, the changes and beliefs you made, the agreements that were done in that darkest hour, that heavy space. You're only bringing with you what serves. You've gotten rid of the rest. That doesn't mean the work is over. 555 on the clock when I say that. The Knight of Pentacles is that understanding that you still have to row through the choppy waters. You still have to plow the fields and plant. You still have to do the work. It's not, you're coming to an awareness of, okay, I've stepped in, I've made the changes, I've taken what serves. Now I gotta actually alchemize this in the Temperance card. It's not about changing who you are. It's about taking the changes and alchemizing it with the rest of you. It's awareness that, okay, I don't need this anymore, but that energy that I had put into that belief system, that story I attached to the role I was giving myself, what can I do with that energy now? I need to change it. I need to alchemize it and bring it in so I can do something new, something different. That's not easy work. It means rowing through the rapids in order to hold firm to the direction you're in. You're going to start moving fast. It's going to feel chaotic. But the scenery is not going to change much for a while, because you still have to do the work. You still have to get to that rapid. I mean, as much as, yes, it's moving from choppy waters to calm waters, in the stillness, you have to row the most. So take it as like, we got over, I'm getting a picture of Moana now, in that when currents are flowing, there's that barrier, right? If you hit that barrier in that one current, now you've got to get over it. Once you're over that current, you could get to Dead Sea, but you're in a space that's no longer blocked. You're allowing yourself that many more opportunities at destinations by doing that work. So now we've got to row. Now we've got to take the energy, change it into something new that is more representative of who you are. Slow does not mean stuck. Repetition does not mean stagnation. It's just a matter of being consistent. This phase requires trust in momentum you can't even see yet, right? This is where it's a matter of being compassionate and not feeling guilty, taking it as lessons, not wounds. This card confirms you can't move forward until you honor what you're leaving behind without minimizing it or glorifying it. It's just an acceptance. And then the work comes in. You can't see the moment. You can't see that the seeds are growing roots first. They're pushing down before they push up. And then when Temperance comes in, this one is the most important card here because it talks about balance as embodiment. It's this union of past self and emerging self. Desire and restraint. It's knowing you want something new, but allowing time to alchemize that energy to become the full representation of that. The cups, flowing. This is nothing needs to be rejected. You're not rejecting who you were. You're just leveling up in a way. And not in an ego way. You're leveling up in that you're breaking something down to make something new out of it. The next card that confirms this is just the Two of Cups. She's holding her cups, and now the Two of Cups comes in. And this is not about another person, this is about self recognition. It says, I see myself clearly. The pattern here of it coming together, I honor what I feel. You're feeling your way through this. I stop betraying my truth for harmony. It's a matter of acknowledging your truth is not going to be a quiet thing, but you got to do it. You've got to do it because that's what's fair. That's what's just. This card is, I think, especially beautiful because one, the owl. The owl here represents truth that only emerges in stillness, right? Wisdom gained through observation and not action. An owl will sit at night and look and wait. He's not going to rush into anything. It's the ability to see what others can't, including parts of yourself you've avoided. There's no rush. It waits. And then it moves with precision. So this is exactly what the reading is asking. And then we've got like the Justice card here. She's blind in this card. It's not about what you can see. This is about, and I know that's contradicting with what the owl is doing, but the owl is still and not moving as you're processing, because you have to go internally and feel that inner peace, or that place where it should be. That's where that heaviness is. You can't go looking for external validation for this. You've got to feel your way through. The bottom of the deck, we've got the High Priestess, and then the deck cut, as you can see, perfectly to the Two of Swords. So here the High Priestess is confirming that you're not alone in this. You have support. There's you're gonna have guidance. It's gonna be subtle, quiet. It's gonna be felt. It's not gonna be loud. But there are gonna be moments of intuitive awareness that you're gonna feel your way through it and know that you're doing the right thing. The Two of Swords here, it's just letting you know that deep down, the moment you choose, then is when you're going to be on the water doing this work. It's also an awareness that there's a heaviness to this choice, and it's respecting the weight of this choice. This isn't a small thing that this collective is embarking on. This acknowledging the self, changing the self, and being honest that, you know what, this doesn't serve me anymore, and that's okay. I'm not rejecting those parts of me. I'm acknowledging that these are the parts of me that made me who I am, and now I have the sovereign power and energy, and it's fair that I go in and alchemize this to become the me that I am now, and to step into that new role. So this is your long Christmas Day reading. I hope it helps. I hope it makes sense. If you have any questions, please reach out. And I hope you all have a beautiful, beautiful day as we head from darkness into the light of our true selves. Have a great day, everyone.